Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Mark Oppel with Evelyn Green, president of the American National Cattlewomen. Evelyn, great to have you on this morning and looking forward to talking about ANCW. You recently had a summer business meeting. Unfortunately, weren't able to get together with your board. It was virtual, but let's talk about some of the things that were covered at the meeting.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for having me on today. It's a pleasure to be representing ANCW, the American National Cattlewomen's Association. And we did have our meeting virtual, and it absolutely worked out beautifully. When you have challenges, you just hit them head on, and it always usually comes out better on the other side. So we had a great meeting, a great turnout. We actually had more with our board meeting than we normally would have in person. So we had over 140 attendees virtually.
Wow.
And I think it was a great turnout for us. So got a lot of business done. As you know, meeting is always your committee meetings and to get those committees together and determine things and activities and projects, outreaches and things that we're going to do during the year. So it was a really good working meeting for us. We got a lot of those policies done, resolutions done. And our committees came together and got a lot of great ideas and goals for the year.
Sure.
So it was a great meeting for our executive board and our board of directors.
Well, let's talk about that. You have some personal goals, as every president would of any association and organization. What are some of your personal goals for the year, Evelyn? Even though it's been a lot different year than anyone would ever imagine when you took over, but some of the goals that are still out there.
Right. When I started, I had always had a vision and a passion for American National Cattlewomen, just because I was raised in the agriculture business, small cow-calf operation, row crop farming. And so it's always been in my heart to be a part of an organization that really steps up to make a difference. And American National Cattlewomen's Association really does that. A lot of times we put our boots and get out there and in the highways and hedges and when we can and do those activities and reaches that a lot of people can't do. So my goals for the year was, of course, to raise our membership, because I think a part of our organization, if you don't have membership behind you, then you don't have an organization. And I believe in our grassroots organization because that's where we're built on. We're built on those local chapters and those state chapters. It's not just us nationally by ourselves, and it's not me by myself. I work with all the locals, in the states, and I work with all the states. So, and we have 27 states that we work with across the U.S.
I think as we close things out here, there's a lot of women who are very involved in their operations, the cattle operations back home. You make a great point there that it's really that local state organizations are very important as the national organization as well. What would you say to those women who are not involved in ANCW, Evelyn, that they might become members?
Absolutely. It gives you value. It gives you opportunity. It gives you something to put your passion into. If you're part of agriculture and you love agriculture, you love beef, you don't even have to own cattle. You can just eat beef and be a part of that support. Become a member. We'd love to have you as a member. Our website is ancw.org. And my theme this year was #Beef for Generations. And behind that, I always want to see the next generations come up to be able to eat a healthy, nutritious protein like I did. And I want those future generations to know what it means to be a part of agriculture.
Very good. And you, before coming on this morning, you mentioned that normally, Mark, it's a one-year term as a president, but because of all we're going through here in 2020, has been decided, and then the whole entire board has been invited to serve another year in 2021. I know you're looking, this is a surprise, but looking forward to having the opportunity to kind of be, quote, normal as a president.
Yes, sir. It's a great opportunity. And this year has been a different year, as has been for everyone. But we've learned a lot. We've grown a lot this year, and we've made ANCW more in depth. And we've reached out and just done some outreaches that we normally wouldn't have, and learned a lot from that. So we changed all
Hmm.
those challenges into opportunities. And I think it's been great. And it's going to be an honor to serve another year, to be able to, we're prayerfully hoping to get out into, those grassroots states and some of those locals, to be able to see and connect with those, because I think it's important to shake their hand and look them in the eye.
Making challenges and turning them into opportunities. I like that. That's well said by a president. Evelyn, thanks for joining us today. Evelyn Green, President, American National Cattlewomen. If you're not a member, check out that website, and maybe you could be a new member in 2020 or 21. More Superior Sunrise is coming up right after this.